And next up on Tuned Into NoCo, I have the pleasure of speaking with the Buckhorn Valley Kennel Club Chair, Evelyn Knowles. So for starters, Evelyn, thank you so much for joining us today. For our listeners who don't know, can you give us an idea of what the Pet ID Clinic is all about?
Okay, sure. And thanks for having me. I'm with Buckhorn Valley Kennel Club. We're a local Larimer County kennel club. We mostly do things like, the purebred dog, but we also like to work with community dogs. So this is an opportunity for the community. Any dog can have a microchip free on Saturday, April 30th. I've been organizing this, and it's really been interesting. And let me just tell you for a second why we got into this. We felt really bad when we heard about the dogs that died in the Marshall Fire down in the Boulder County area. And we know that there's nothing we can do for dogs that died in the fire, but we wanted to do something. And we talked about different things, and we wanted to do something for dogs and dog owners. And I know this won't bring anybody back, but this is what we figured that we could do. I mean, what really got to us in the beginning was we heard from one of our former members who talked to somebody in the club that right after the fire, she had gone through some of the burned out houses with first responders. And she said she saw the pets' tags on the floor in a lot of places. Collar was gone, dog was gone, or cat was gone, but the tags, the metal tags were there. And that just, pulled at our hearts, something terrible.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I was saying, we can't bring them back, but we wanted to do something. So we're offering microchips free.
Wow.
We contacted American Kennel Club, which of course we're part of. And American Kennel Club, the AKC, donated 100 microchips free, and that's with a lifetime registration. So once you register and you put your phone number in there, anytime your pet gets lost or found and somebody has a scanner, and of course all the shelters have a scanner and vet clinics have a scanner, they can find out your name, your phone number, and get you back in touch with your pet. So if your pet gets lost, this will really be a big help to get your pet back to you and not just ending up in a shelter somewhere unknown.
Now, are these chips trackable? Like, do they have a GPS system of some sort?
No. It's just a little microchip. When they scan it, all they can read off of it is your information that you put in. And that's going to be your name, your phone number.
Now, how do you see these microchips benefiting Colorado dogs?
Well, if your dog gets out, and we don't want it to happen, but, when we have fires or natural disasters around here, sometimes dogs will get out of their house or out of their yard and run loose. And this is a way to get your dog back. Or if somebody comes through and just wants to do a lot of rescuing of dogs, and, you hear about that like after floods in places. And yes, we've had floods here. Dogs will maybe be rescued and then they won't know how to get that dog back to its owner. So having the chip on it means that they can locate the owner of the dog. And I'm just opening up the little thing right now. What's going to go on it is your primary contact. So you're going to put in your first name, last name, your address, city, state, zip, and your phone number and your email. So that's the contact information that will be listed on when they scan the microchip that is implanted into your dog right under the skin. And it's usually right on the back of the neck between the shoulder blades.
Now, I think we've all had experience with the dog shock collars, or at least heard of them, but I've never personally heard of actually inserting a tracker into your dog.
Oh, yes. Microchips have been used for quite a few years.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's really neat.
But this has nothing to do with shock collars. Nothing to do with that. This is a little tiny microchip. They say it's about the size of a piece of rice.
Okay.
And it's inserted in. And I've had this done to my dogs because I would not want to lose my dog. My dog is my family.
For sure.
So
Absolutely.
would not want to take any chances with losing my dog. And it did help me one time. I was living over in Greeley, and somehow, I have no idea how, but my dog got out of the gate and was wandering down the street. A lady who lived in an apartment found it, called animal control. Animal control then called me because they got my name from the microchip.
So they work really well.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, they work really well.
So you're going to have 100 of these pet IDs that you're just going to give out for free at the event?
AKC donated 100, and then Buckhorn Valley Kennel Club purchased another 75. So we have 175.
Wow, great.
And the people who will be administering this are veterinary technician students from Front Range Community College.
Oh, cool. And I know you mentioned the Colorado fires as being a reason you started this event. How do you see these pet IDs being beneficial in emergency situations?
If the dog survived and got out, yes. Yes. And I know that probably not very many got out, but if, like if somebody would come through and like break into your house just to let the dogs out, it would be a big help in that case.
For sure. So how did you personally get involved in this?
I've always loved animals. Just wanted when I was a little girl, I just wanted a beautiful dog. And my parents would only let me have whatever I brought home from some friend's litter, So I'd bring home this little ugly mutt, but I fell in love with my little ugly mutts, my little black mutts. And then when I was older and I finally, could get a dog for myself, I started out with one breed and decided that breed was just too rambunctious for me. She needed to run a lot more than I could do it. So I was watching Animal Planet, where it had all about breeds, or Breed All About It. And I saw this one breed that I said, that would be good for me. I went to a dog show. I saw it posted at Petco. I went to this dog show down in Longmont. And I looked at those dogs and contacted a breeder. And, she was showing her dog and she said, yeah, I'm going to be breeding my dog this summer, expecting, so I got her phone number, got in touch with her, got my first really, really nice, good quality dog. He wasn't show quality, but it piqued my interest. And so then I went after another one, the same breed, that would be a show quality dog. And that's when I decided to go ahead and get into the dog clubs that would just support me and give me information about how to show a dog.
Now, for our listeners who would like to learn more about the Pet ID Clinic or these clubs you've been talking about, where should they go?
We're going to have walk-ins this time. We're going to be a Pooter Pet and Feed Supply on North College. So it's 622 North College. And I think that's where Vine intersects North College. Anyway, it'll be up there. It's first come, first serve, April 30th, Saturday, 12 to 4. So if we run out, we'll run out. But, first come, first serve. If you want more information about our club, we're Buckhorn Valley Kennel Club. So the website is bvkc.org.
Awesome.
Very simple.
Perfect. Now, if people want to donate, can they donate at the ID clinic as well?
Yes, we will have a little jar for donations, and we will use those donations to buy more microchips to have another clinic. We have, several people from our club that will be volunteering to help you so you can fill out your forms while you're there. We'll send all the forms in to make sure everybody gets them registered. It doesn't do any good if it's not registered. And like I said, the Front Range Community College student veterinary technicians will be administering. So I think that's everything.
Well, Evelyn, I really want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you for letting me talk to you.
If you would like more information on the Pet ID Clinic or how to get involved, you can visit bvkc.org.